partition. And he is in that neat picture that is so celebrated. Yes, I'm very proud. Unfortunately, I got to spend very less time with him because I was only 17 and he had joined the United Nations and we lost him in action in Cambodia.
You have a career spanning almost 25 years, if I'm not wrong?
Yes, 26 to be precise, because I come from a risk background. I did some 12 years with Citibank. I worked with Fullerton, which is the government of Singapore company. I worked with Deutsche Bank. Then in my entrepreneurial stint, I was the co-founder and the first CEO of Analog, which is India's largest and most successful real estate startup. From there, I moved on to head Bajaj Housing Finance as the group head for both retail lending as well as wholesale lending.
Wow. You are right now the CEO of, I would say, one of the biggest projects, at least in Karnataka, in Bangalore, I would say.
No, I think it is one of the biggest integrated townships of the country.
In the recent years, you have jumped into music. You have a Spotify verified profile, which is very interesting. A Saregama labeled songs, right? How many have you released?
I have released 3 Saregama songs.
3 Saregama songs. Even more interesting, you are a best-selling author as well. You have written 2 books?
I've written 2 books.
How are you able to do so many things?
So you're all the dreamers and you are the doers and you are the captain of your voyage. Let your startup be the flag bearer of change, impacting not just your lives, but the lives of everybody around you. Keep dreaming, keep innovating, and may your travels and odysseys be nothing short of legendary. Thank you. Thank you. I never wanted this video to be shown to all of you, but I was forced. So actually it is indeed a great pleasure to be addressing all of you, because I think you guys are far more bigger achievers than a reluctant entrepreneur like me. I kept on thinking that, whether I should go for this keynote or whether I'm worthy to go for this keynote, because this is my first keynote and I'm an operating CEO. I've been in this role for the last 10 years. So I generally speak a lot in industry forums, but Sachi, thank you so much, and it is a great opportunity. Sumit, such a pleasure to meet you. Girish, Munish, thank you so much. I have been told to talk about multiple things. First of all, many congratulations to all of you for doing such a wonderful job. There are a lot of things I want to talk to, especially it is always a challenge when you're talking to achievers, when you're talking to people who have done very well, you're talking to people who've been an entrepreneurial or who've been self-employed, as we say in the banking jargon. I don't know whether I'm in banking or I'm in real estate, but most of the time, I'm more a risk guy. I'm actually a misfit in real estate, but I've still ended up spending a lot of time in real estate. And I moved into real estate in 2012. And so, you must have seen, this is my dad, and this is the Chief of Army Staff of Pakistan, General Niazi, in 1971, and he's putting down his arms. This picture comes every year on Vijay Divas. And this was his gift by his boss. So in this picture, he was the only Indian Army officer. And so my humble request, if all of us can stand up for the national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना
Thank you so much, and this is also a tribute and many congratulations to Sumit and his team for becoming Greater India and reporting directly to the global CEO. So that is the importance of India. I will quickly move to the next slide just to tell you what I have done. I have been in real estate now for the last 12 years. I was CEO for these companies, then I have done banking roles. After that, I have released 2 books. These books are doing pretty well. The first one was very bad. It still did well, but I really didn't like it, so I changed the name and changed a lot of content. But the second one, which is Master Residential Real Estate, it is a book worth 1,500 rupees, and we sell some 7-8 lakhs worth of copies every month. And obviously, I am the co-chairman of the Real Estate Committee for Real Estate for CII in India. And I work a lot on the policy advocacy, and I work very closely with the industry bodies. I work very closely with the developer community. And as I said, I'm a verified Spotify artist, and this is a complete fluke, so don't get too impressed, and so on and so forth. So this is what I've done. I've been in banking, I've been in real estate, and as Sumit was saying, I have never repeated the same business in my life in the last 26 years. I moved from auto loans. From auto loans, I became the branch manager of Jeevan Bharati branch. If people are aware of Citibank Jeevan Bharati branch, I was the branch manager for Jeevan Bharati branch. Then I became the head of North for Citibank, moved to ICICI Bank, mostly did a lot of private banking. Then I ran the cards business for Citibank in UAE, which is one of the most profitable cards business. Came back, ran the private banking business for Deutsche Bank. Then I moved into, worked with Government of Singapore, Fullerton for 4 years, moved into real estate. They wanted me to move to Singapore, and I could not, and so on and so forth. Many people thought I've been sacked, and that is why I've moved into real estate. And for some time, I also used to feel like that, I think I've made a mistake, but rest is history. So I just want to ask this question, that why am I here? I'm doing pretty well. I'm okay. I'm paid well. And why should a operating CEO get up in the morning at 3 o'clock, take the flight at 6:30? My wife was asking, what's gone wrong with you? What is the issue? Kuch problem chal rahi hai ghar mein? And come here for a keynote address. The thing is that I want all of you to think about it before we start the conversation, because आप लोगों ने बहुत अच्छा किया है. Everybody understands Hindi if in between I have to use Hindi, or I should only talk English? Okay. So you people have to understand that life is about growth, and it is also about keep on pushing the envelope. And I got up at 3 o'clock, and the reason I'm here is I'm here to learn from all of you. I don't think I know anything more on the technical side than all the senior people sitting here from Philips. But as Girish said, that I will definitely bring an outsider's perspective. And sometimes our biggest problem is that we think we are doing very well. Because, after a point in time, the disposable income actually doesn't matter. You will keep on buying more properties, you'll keep on, but finally what matters is growing. And I'm here because I think speaking to an August gathering like this is a great opportunity, and I did not want to miss it. And I want to, I came for my 2 daughters that I'm speaking to, the inner circle of Philips Signify. And I'm talking to leaders, and we have Sumit, we have Girish, we have Sachi, we have everybody who's here. And it is worth the effort. And the moment I spent 15 minutes with Sumit, I actually felt that thank God I came. So it is everything cannot be measured in terms of direct benefit, because most of the benefits in life and growth is indirect. And I want you to be with me on this. I am quickly going to, I don't want to give gyan here in terms of a monologue. But I really want to tell you that there is a very big opportunity in this sector, especially the sector that you are in. And in our minds, we might feel, I was a little surprised when Sumit told me that, he said that you want to double by 2027. And I was a little surprised that why is this target so low? Because I think India is, and I'll tell you why it is so low. India is going to be the number 4 economy by 2025, without fail. By 2027, India will be the number 3 economy in the world. And you by 2027 only want to double your business. So I think there is some misplaced sense of achievement in this group. I don't know what your net worth is, but I certainly feel that you need to do, and thankfully Sachi didn't send my profile, otherwise आप सब आते ही नहीं. तो अच्छा किया आपने मेरी profile नहीं भेजी. But I think if India is going to be number 3 economy by 2027, I would suggest, Sumit, that if all of you can re-collaborate and maybe make this target at least 3 times by 2027, because 2 times is unfortunately a sandbag target. I'm sure Sumit will deliver 3 times, Girish will deliver 3 times, and they are saying it is 2 times. But I think, and in purchasing power parity, I don't know how many people... Thank you. But in purchasing power parity, which is PPP, India is already the number 3rd economy. So if you look at the conversion rate of dollar at 27, 28 rupees, you are already the number 3 economy in the world after US and China. And the next few years are going to be crazy. And I'll tell you why. I'm just going to share my perspective on this, that we are very fortunate that we are in India. But if this group, which has reached a particular level, it has an advantage. And if this group does not take that advantage and doesn't have the vision of growing a 500 crore business to a 5,000 crore business at this point in time, because you have a tailwind, you will be surprised that somebody else will be sitting in this room after 3 years. Maybe, and when I say in this room, I don't mean Philips, I don't mean you, because there is a set of people who's thinking very differently right now. There are a set of people who are saying, it doesn't matter whether I have 100 crores, I have 500 crores, it doesn't matter whether I'm driving an S-Class, I'm driving an X5, I'm driving a Q7. They are there to do something with a purpose in mind. I want to share something. In 2013-14, India was part of the fragile countries. And now we are talking about being the number 3 country. In 10 years, fragile was Brazil, Indonesia, Turkey. We were clubbed with them. And today we are number 3. The journey from number 5 to number 3 itself can grow your business minimum 10 times. Last year, India has sold 5 lakh homes. It is the highest ever. 50% sold in Mumbai and Pune. I'm talking of top 7 cities. Highest number of homes sold are last year. There are 28 countries which have started trading in Indian rupee. We only pay them Indian rupee. And Gujarati Prime Minister होने का बहुत फायदा है. I'll tell you. I will not get into the other details, but one benefit of having a Gujarati Prime Minister is what we started doing when COVID happened and when this Russia-Ukraine issue happened, India started buying oil from Russia. India bought oil from Russia, processed it in India, the chemical structure of the oil changed, and it started, because the sanction was on the structure of the Russian oil, they brought in the oil, they started selling it to Europe. Ek din pata chala that we have become the largest supplier of oil to Europe. Now, look at the opportunity. Ab kya hua? India was selling oil to Russia on Indian rupee. India was buying oil and giving Indian rupee. So Russia said, and India was selling to Europe and taking euros. Look at the dynamics. So Russia said, what will I do with the Indian rupee? How do I use $35 billion? They said, you start buying our cars, you start buying our machines, and today India has again become the largest exporter to Russia, and all the $35 billion that they gave in Indian rupees is coming back to India. That is called taking advantage of the opportunity. So when I say you're in the business of lighting, please understand the next 2-3 years, ये ना India का अमृत काल है real estate का, infrastructure का, manufacturing का. This time is not going to come again, because once you reach the growth and you reach an economy of number 3, then what happens is the size becomes big and then there is a particular slowdown. So these 4-5 years can completely turn around your businesses. And we are talking of real data. So, now you can't talk things in isolation. So because you don't want to talk things in isolation, I just want to talk about 3-4 industries. You look at the size of investment that is happening in infrastructure, $200 billion in $122 billion in 23, $200 billion in 24, $350 billion by 2029. This is the investment. This money is going to come to all of us who are involved in the infrastructure business. And if it is Pareto and if this is the inner circle, I am assuming 20% of the B2B business is done by this group. 80% of the business is done by this group. And if 80% of the B2B business is done by this group, you can imagine if you even take 1% of $200 billion, it is $2 billion. 16,000 crore. उस 16,000 crore को अगर आप lighting में भी ले लो, and then you take the share of Philips, and then you take your share, you can imagine the opportunity that you are sitting at. That is the kind of investment that is happening in infrastructure right now, because I am an insider. हम land ही वहाँ खरीदते हैं जहाँ पर I know that the road is going to come. So it is mind-boggling. Commercial real estate is mind-boggling. I'm so happy that Philips has an office in Bhartiya City. In Bangalore, they have just bought it. It is a world-class place. We have a 150-acre establishment. We have a 5-star hotel. We have 6,000 families staying there. And obviously, most of the offices are also there. And the commercial real estate leasing has already gone up by 20-25%. Already gone up by 20-25%. The investment in commercial real estate is going to be tremendous. Last quarter, the leasing was 20 million square feet, just last quarter. That means the exit is 80 million square feet. That is the amount of global companies coming in India, especially the global capability centers moving to India because of China not doing what it was doing. The opportunity is immense. So if you guys can just target all the multinational companies and all the affiliated Indian companies that are working with multinational companies, start making your inroads, you will be surprised that your business will grow 5 times. Forget about 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. आप अपना base को लेके चलो. अगर आप अपने base को लेके चलोगे, without increase in any person in your team, you can double your business within this year at a unit economics level. Retail, we are already at $1 trillion. The number of malls coming in India is a shock. I don't know how many people have seen Mall of Asia in Bangalore, which has just come up. The amount of lighting in that mall is unbelievable, and Ruiyas are coming with 25 more malls in the next 3 years. That is their internal plan. Hospitals are $100 billion already. So this industry itself, so what you need to do is you need to build in silos. And then the silos need to talk to each other. But you need to have teams that focus on infrastructure. You need to have teams that focus on commercial real estate, which is office. You need to have teams that focus on malls. You need to have teams that focus on hospitals. You need to have teams that focus on manufacturing, because 25% of Indian GDP right now comes from manufacturing. 60% of India's GDP comes from services. I will talk more about it, but what I feel is work like a bank. A bank works like, I am the business head of personal loans, I am the business head of mortgages, I am the business head of branch banking, I am the head of risk, I am the head of credit, I am the head of operations, and then all of them report into the CEO. If you can think of something like this, you will be pleasantly surprised if you people go to your offices on Monday and you just focus on reorganizing your business the way Philips Signify has reorganized. As a leading channel partner, as a leading dealer, why will you not reorganize your business if Philips has reorganized and made India into a greater India? Yes, and you have the verticals. So first thing, anybody who is really wanting to build $1 billion business, sirf startups are not have the privilege of making it a 8,000 crore business. I am saying each one of you can make a 8,000 crore business from a 80 crore business. And I mean it. You can take me as an advisor. I will leave my job. I will work with you on that. And I can vouch for it that I will work on a variable payment after looking at the plans that they have discussed. Because there is a huge demand. The issue is you need to be there where the demand is. And the other issue is, do you know how to talk and get that demand? Because the same way you have been getting business, you might not get that business in the same way if you want to grow that business. So your approach of customer acquisition, client engagement, how you are going to talk to them, how many times are you going to talk to them, what kind of sales techniques are you using will become very important. But I feel you people are really privileged because you understand this business and you can see the opportunity that this business has. So my suggestion is start investing in your businesses, because my perspective is very different. I feel when the markets are doing bad, you should invest in the business. But in your case, because if you invest in the businesses when the markets are down, your ability to grow your business 3 times is 80% more by a study by McKinsey. So what you need to do is you just need to know what your funnel is, and you need to take your funnel where the business is. And for that, you need to have an infrastructure approach, you need to have a commercial real estate approach, you need to have a manufacturing approach, and you need to focus on what is your micro market, how is your micro market working, do you need to expand within the micro market, do you want to enter into a new micro market, do you want to deepen, do you want to go horizontal? But trust me, I feel Monday onwards, each one of you, my coming here will become successful if each one of you can discuss amongst your families, amongst your top management teams, and figure out that if there is an opportunity for me to take my 80 crore business to 8,000 crore business, what do we need to do? पहले तो अपने दिमाग को इतना हौसला रखना पड़ेगा कि आप 80 to 8,000 करोड़ को नॉर्मल समझो. क्योंकि अगर आपको लग रहा है कि सरदार जी दारू पी के आए हैं और ये बोल रहे हैं कि 80 to 8,000 करोड़ है, और क्या होता है जनरली ऐसी चीजें आदमी बोलता है यार ज्ञान देना आसान है, बड़ी बिकॉज देखो मैंने जैसे बोला ना मैं सदगुरु हूँ, ना मैं संदीप महेश्वरी हूँ, ना आई एम गोइंग टू बिल्ड अ करियर इन कीनोट. My point is that I truly, passionately feel that the opportunity in 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 with housing for all, with Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, with infrastructure spend, with the way commercial real estate is going up, 100 million square feet expected to be leased out in 25, 26. 100 million square feet in top 7 cities. So let's first of all open our minds and say, yes, it is possible. Yes, we can do it. If Sumit is saying, if Girish is saying, if Sachi is saying, it is not just about their own aspirations and ambitions, but it is possible. There is data that is giving us perspective. But इसके लिए हमें change करना पड़ेगा अपने आप को. आज की दुनिया में in today, change is equal to growth. We feel we are doing very well. There is an influencer in fashion, a 25, 26-year-old girl. She has 3.4 million followers on Instagram. We asked her to come to our mall and go through the entire mall, talk about the brands, talk about F&B, talk about fashion. You know how much she asked for one day? 26-year-old girl. 50 lakh rupees. तो हमने उसको मैसेज लिखा वापस. हमने बोला आवर बजट इज नॉट 50 lakhs. बिकॉज मैं इसलिए बता रहा हूँ, इन लोगों को लगता है ये बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं. वो अच्छा कर रहे हैं इज अ रिलेटिव थिंग. इज अ वेरी रिलेटिव थिंग. बिकॉज मुझे तो समझ आ गई है मैं अच्छा नहीं कर रहा हूँ. तो मैंने बोला मैं तो प्लेग्राउंड तो चेंज कर नहीं सकता हूं, मैं गेम ही चेंज कर लेता हूं, पब्लिक स्पीकिंग में आ जाता हूं. 50 lakhs. So we wrote to that girl, 26-year-old girl. We wrote to her, we don't have this much of budget, but we are happy to pay you 20 lakhs. मैंने अपनी मार्केटिंग हेड को बोला, मैंने कहा त्रिष्टा तू लिख दे. वो ISB से आई है, वो कहती सर this that we want influencers and we want this and you know that is the way world is going and she has not reverted to us for the last 2 days. The world is changing and change is equal to growth. Please fall in love with change. Problem क्या है so called successful लोगों की? हमारे एक जनरल मैनेजर हैं, बहुत पैसा है उनके पास. मुझे बोलते हैं अश्विंदर आजकल ना कोक का टेस्ट ना बदल गया, हमारे ज़माने में कोक बहुत टेस्टी था. मैंने कहा कोक का टेस्ट नहीं बदला है. द प्रॉब्लम इज आपका एक्सपीरियंस लाइफ में इतना नेगेटिव रहा है कि आपकी ज़बान का टेस्ट बदल गया. Because with life and with its experiences and with challenges, we keep on becoming negative and we start living in the past. हमारे ज़माने में छोले भटूरे ज़्यादा स्वाद थे. हमारे ज़माने में ऐसे होता था तो ये बहुत अच्छा था. हमारे ज़माने में बड़ों की इज्जत बहुत होती थी. हमारे ज़माने में ये चीज़ ऐसे होती थी. करते 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 हुआ क्या है, 99% people have stopped changing. And for entrepreneurs, for self-employed people, change is growth. If today when you leave, you can decide that yes, you are open to suggestions, you are open to what Girish is saying, you are open to what Sumit is saying, you are open to what the Philips team is saying, which is a great organization in innovation, and just start looking at them and saying, yeah, I forget about it if I have I'm worth 500 crores or I'm worth 100 crores or I'm worth, 20 crores. Nobody cares. The world has changed. Nobody cares. Our children don't care who is rich, who is not. Very important that first of all, I am going to keep on talking about growth now. I will only talk about growth. That we are here to grow. We are here to completely change the orbit, and we should minimum become a company which is 3 times in 2027, and for that change is very important. It is very easy to give an example of Airbnb, but how did it start? There were 2 boys in Los Angeles. There was a very big Hollywood event happening. There was no hotel available, and some of the hotel rooms which were available were exorbitant. $3,000, $4,000. These two boys had 2 air mattresses. They filled the air in the mattress and they put a hanging thing that, these are available. 3 people came in. Next day also 3 people came in. They said that there is a big opportunity of going to other people and asking, if your room is empty, can we take it on lease and then give it on sublease for these 7 days? They did it and they ended up making some money. Rest is history. They kept at it. They did not do too well. They had to also sell cereals. They branded cereals because nobody was ready to fund them. Today, Airbnb is in 220 countries, and their valuation, I would want somebody to check and tell me what their valuation is, because they did not work for valuation. हमारे कंट्रोल में इनपुट है. आप ये मत देखिए कि आपको 3 times होना है, 4 times होना है, 5 times होना है. आप ये देखिए कि I want to be I need to be there when an infrastructure project is being done. Lighting should come from me, at least in my vicinity. When a commercial real estate project comes, lighting should be mine. When a mall is coming up, the lighting should be mine. And what is my process? How am I focusing on my input? The day you people start reviewing your teams on input and not on output, and you stop asking your people kitna kiya, kitna karoge, kitna hoga, and start asking them, how many customers did you meet today? What is your funnel? How many face-to-face meetings did you do? How many site visits did you do? How many deals do you have in final closure? And start reviewing the funnel. You will be surprised that you will start growing your teams, because your businesses will start increasing, your profit margins will start increasing, and I'm going to come to profit margins later on. But the example of Airbnb is that all of them have started very, very small. Very, very small. And they were very responsive to change. So please start loving change. And when I talk about change, I want to tell you, in India right now, 65% of Indian population, everybody knows, is less than 35 years. Right? 800 million internet users. 8% GDP growth for the last 3 quarters. Fastest growing economy. India already has 100 unicorns. There are 100 startups where value is more than 8,000 crore. तो हम किस चीज पे खुश हो रहे हैं कि we are worth 500 crores or 100 crores or 200 crores? 100 unicorns. Manufacturing, as I said, is contributing now 25% of GDP. Most of the foreign companies like Tesla, Apple are going to be setting shop. Kia is setting shop. 1 billion mobile connections in the country. $150 billion worth IT export. But here is the thing. 50%, sir, of the digital payment transaction in the world happens in India. 50%. Now you need to ask yourselves, and I will come to that, how many of us are becoming like that? So, have you ever faced a decision that felt like a leap into the unknown? All of you, is there a decision that you took? You did not know what the result will be, and it is because of this decision you are sitting here in life. 5 years back, 6 years back, 7, 8 years back, that there was some decision each one of you entrepreneurs took, or your fathers took, or your grandfathers took, which got them here to where you are today. But when was the last time that decision was taken? They took that decision because they had nothing to lose. You don't want to take that decision because you don't want to lose what you have. You have become too conservative. You are trying to safeguard what you have, especially in an environment where you have to just focus. They took that decision at a time when Indian economy was very slow. Think about when was the last time you people took a decision as an entrepreneur where the gut was saying, I should do this. When was the last time? We spend so much time deciding we have to go to Spain, we have to go to Switzerland, we have to go to Japan. But we don't want to sit and figure out okay, when was the last time we took a decision to grow our business to 10 times. Because 100 crore into 10 is not tough. I am going to stay with growth, and I am talking about that what you fear will never be clear. Fearless mindset is the most important thing. The problem is that fearless people are only poor people in India. It is not fashionable to be fearless for the so-called, either corporates like us or the inner circle or successful people, where, most of us are sitting here and maybe our families are spending so much of money in a mall or in a salon or throwing a party or going to learn guitar. We are so digressed. And we are so full of ourselves and we are taking ourselves so seriously that we have become cowards. Only the poor in India are fearless. Only the tier 2 city people are fearless. Only the tier 3 city people are fearless. That is why you have all the new cricketers in India coming from tier 2 cities and tier 3 cities. Not even one cricketer coming from Mumbai, not even one cricketer coming from Delhi. Everybody is coming from smaller cities because they come from a mindset where they have nothing to lose. And all management studies say that any CEO who has the ability to enter into a market fearlessly, one is every CEO will enter a market. But Sumit, I have seen, and there is a study, that any CEO who enters the market fearlessly and says, Girish, yaar, whatever you want to do, you do, and you please overspend 10% of the budget. I will ensure I meet my P&L. I don't want to meet my P&L by saving cost, as you rightly said. सिटी बैंक बंद हो गया इंडिया के अंदर बिकॉज वो कॉस्ट ही सेव करते रह गए. हमारे ना बॉस आते थे, दे यूज्ड टू कम फ्रॉम यूएस, दिल्ली. मैं ब्रांच मैनेजर था, तो मैं उनको जीके ले गया, जीके 2. मैंने कहा सर वी आर मार्केट लीडर्स ऑफ जीके 2. कहता वेरी गुड अश्विंदर, वेल डन, बिकॉज दे हैड नो क्लू व्हाट इंडिया इज. From his car, from the airport till our Jeevan Bharati office, all the hoardings were strategically put. That wherever his car will go, the hoarding will be there. That is multinational in India. That is why you have Stand Chart, you have HSBC. How many of us bank with them anymore? We all bank with HDFC. We all bank with ICICI Bank. Look at the value. If you people have not invested, there is a mutual fund ETF called Bharat 22 ETF by ICICI Prudential. The wealth manager in me is kind of getting up. I invested in that 2 months back. It is only Indian companies selected by ICICI Bank which will get divested. It has given 50% return in the last 2 months. Only Indian companies. It is very important. हमारे जैसे लोग fearful हों, समझ आता है. जिन्होंने सारी उम्र नौकरी की, our DNA was नौकरी. हमारे बच्चे साइकिल पे जाते हैं या स्कूटर पे जाते हैं, सबसे पहले मॉम विल से प्लीज़ वेयर हेलमेट, प्लीज़ डोंट क्रॉस द रोड लाइक दिस, प्लीज़ डोंट गो देयर, प्लीज़ कम बैक ऑन टाइम। एक गरीब आदमी का बच्चा कब जाता है, कब आता है, हेलमेट डाली है नहीं डाली है, कोई फ़र्क नहीं है। अब आप बिजनेसमैन का बच्चा जब जाता है, बोलता है छोड़ यार यहाँ तक जा रहा है, हेलमेट मत डाल। हमारा बच्चा यहाँ तक जाता है, नहीं नहीं बेटा प्लीज पुट अ हेलमेट, प्लीज पुट दिस, प्लीज बी मोर केयरफुल, बिकॉज आवर डीएनए इज लाइक दिस। योर डीएनए इज नॉट लाइक दिस। यू आर बिजनेसमैन, यू आर एंटरप्रेन्योर्स, you are people from whom we take inspiration. It is very important that your mindset needs to be very fearless. You should have the ability to invest. The way to do that is keep your feet grounded but take your head in the cloud. I am not saying start flying. I am saying keep your feet on the ground, but take your head in the cloud. Invest. Don't spend. You understand P&Ls, right? Make a balance sheet spend. Don't make a P&L spend. Be fearless. If you want to capture this market, which is going to grow at 20%, it is very important that your decisions are very fearless. And Zomato is an example. Zomato started in 2008, and I'm taking all those Indian examples. ये दोनों पंजाब के लड़के हैं, दीपिंदर गोयल, started a company called Freebie. Went to take money, they said this is like eBay. Converted it into Zomato. It was a restaurant rating kind of platform where people, you could go and see the menu. That's it. Karte, they took funding. They now have multiple businesses. They've already done an IPO, and this is the year where they are showing profitability, but their valuation, they are in some 25 countries today. आप दुबई जाओ, you use a Zomato. You don't use a local app. That is the beauty of technology. I want to talk a little more about technology, but it is very important for people like you who have built India, the entrepreneurs, the traders, the self-employed, that you don't become like us. We are employees. We are on a drug. And the problem for people like me and Sumit is that at our level to take a call becomes very tough because the opportunity cost is very high. So we don't know because people around us don't let us take that call also, even if we want to take that call. But you have already taken that call. You have no limit to your earnings. You have no limit to your earnings. If in the next 1 month you can go and reorganize your teams, that's it. Just go back, reorganize your teams, reorganize your structure. Can I see a raise of hands? How many people would want to just evaluate how you are running your business? Just running your business. Don't, thank you so much, don't invest. Don't spend extra simple money. Every day morning 10 to 11, just sit down on piece of pen and paper and say कि यार हम business कैसे run करते हैं, हम कितने लोगों को salary देते हैं, front end में कितने लोग हैं. Citibank में इसको बोलते थे teeth to tail ratio. How many people are in the business of generating revenue and how many are in the business of not generating revenue? Teeth to tail ratio shows that पहले तो आपको ये पता चलना चाहिए आप कितने लोगों को तनख्वाह दे रहे हो, just number, value नहीं. और उसमें से कितने लोग हैं जो business लेके आते हैं, how many people get business, and how many people are in the operations, how many people are supporting. उसके बाद you start looking at it fearlessly. Invest in people who can get business. Invest in good talent. Expensive people are cheap. ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ Philips can afford expensive talented people. The problem is you people don't want to change. So you don't want to change. You look at their salaries, then you look at their 1 month performance, then you ask that person to go. Then you hire another person after somebody gives you gyan. Then you again start looking at his salary, and then people who are your coterie, they keep on saying, sir, ये बहुत ज़्यादा दे रहे हो तुसी. इसमें तो 4 लोग आ जाएंगे. अच्छा, और लाला जी फिर गाड़ी में जाते जाते यही सोच रहे हैं, यार मैंने गलती कैसे कर दी यार, पैसे ज़्यादा कैसे दे दिए मैंने. मेरे लाला जी भी यही सोचते हैं मेरे बारे में, क्योंकि this is for the first time I'm working with a developer. I have always worked with a multinational. I have always worked with a blue chip, a bluest of blue chip. I have always worked with companies, It is very important that you focus on talent, because this for 3-4 years will not come. My first request, Sachi, which you should definitely follow up, is after 15 days, whether they have looked at the organization structure, whether they are looking at reorganizing their business in terms of how do they want to get that business. Because if like right now they are growing at 22%, I feel you should grow at 100% this year. All of you should double your business next year when you meet for your next meet, just by adding 2 people each. और याद रखिए, सेल्स को मोटिवेट करने के लिए कभी भी पेट पे लात मत मारो, यहां लात मारो. नौकरी से मत निकालो, सोच समझ के रखो. You are playing with somebody's life. God has made you an entrepreneur. आपको भगवान ने capability दी है to give somebody a job. You are giving that person a job. And then you are shunting him out. Then you are giving him a job. Then you are shunting him out. He's not been able. I was talking to Sumit, lighting has become a complicated business. How will you train your people for them to sell high ticket prices? I have always been in Citibank. हम तो 30 लाख रुपीस से कम का कोई चेक देता था, मैं तो पानी भी नहीं पीता था उसके घर का. और अगर ब्रांच मैनेजर जा रहा है खाता खोलने, if I am going to open an account, I used to get an account of 1 crore. I was the branch manager then of पंजाबी बाग branch. और सिटी बैंक में लगा ये पंजाबी है, ये भी पंजाबी है, तो इसको पंजाबी बाग भेज दो. वहां पे 90% बनिए थे नया बाजार के. ओ किसी ने बड़ा दिमाग लगाया होगा, वेरी गुड अजय, यू हैव डन अ ग्रेट जॉब, यू नो, पंजाबी इन पंजाबी बाग. सो आई सेड, अजय, बट 90% आर हरियाणा. So what I'm trying to say is, please, you are here because of your fearlessness, because of the fearlessness of your parents, of your grandfathers who started this business. Please remain fearless. Take calls. Invest and reap. This is the time where you're investing and you're reaping, investing and you're reaping, investing and you're reaping. Start doing that. Don't be happy with status quo. It is very important. And just think that what is one transformation that is waiting in your business? What is one thing that you wanted to do and one transformation that is waiting in your business? Because if you will not transform, somebody else in your competition is transforming. अब आप बोलोगे, यार मैं तो लाइटिंग तो 80 करोड़ ही है, बट बिरला से तो 200 करोड़ का बिजनेस है मेरा, गोदरेज से 300 करोड़ का बिजनेस है मेरा, टाटा से 400 करोड़ का बिजनेस है मेरा. ये हर पार्टनरशिप में अप्लाई होता है. You are very fortunate अगर आपके पास 80 crores, 100 crores का business है. I believe there are a lot of people who are the emerging channel partners here, who are the emerging dealers. Please understand, you will get exponential benefit of whatever you are doing. If you are in 80 crore, it will become 800. If you are in 800 crore, it can become 8,000 over a period of 2 to 3 years, because it is a positive spiral. Instagram में आपको 30,000 followers के लिए you have to work very hard. After 30,000 followers, 1 lakh followers happen in the next 7 days. After 1 lakh followers, 1 million happen in the next 1 month. And if you are not on Instagram, let me tell you, you are not on social media. Facebook कोई नहीं देखता. आपके बिजनेसेस के कितने इंस्टाग्राम के अकाउंट है मुझे नहीं पता. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू प्रमोट इंस्टाग्राम इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिजिटल मार्केटिंग, मुझे नहीं पता. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू इवन अंडरस्टैंड हाउ इंस्टाग्राम वर्क्स, मुझे नहीं पता. बिकॉज बजाज फाइनेंस के अंदर अब राजीव बजाज और संजीव बजाज के बच्चे आ गए हैं. गोदरेज में पिरोशा गोदरेज आ गया है. दे आर लुकिंग एट बिजनेसेस वेरी डिफरेंट. And B2B is a business which, if you want to disrupt, you will be surprised. The person who has to give you order is also on Instagram. His company might not be in Instagram, but he is on Instagram. Somebody who is the head of Sachi is on Instagram. I am on Instagram. If I see lighting and I know I have to buy lighting for Bharti and I suddenly see lighting, I will forward it to my team. हम क्या कर रहे हैं? शर्मा जी थैंक यू, आपसे बहुत अच्छा बिजनेस रहा है हमारा, कुछ बिजनेस तो दो, आप बिजनेस ही नहीं दे रहे हो आजकल. आपने तो उसको बिजनेस दे दिया. शर्मा जी को पता ही नहीं. अच्छा उसने उसको बिजनेस दे दिया, आपको नहीं दिया उसने बिजनेस. Because it is moving very fast. The point I'm trying to make is, please analyze and see what is one thing that you can do to transform your business, which can be easily done without any new investment, which you have been wanting to do. Even if it means you wanted to do digital marketing, but you have not done digital marketing, because we are in B2B. So this is what I am trying to say. इस समय रिस्क है तो इश्क है. If our ability to take risk will go down, our ability to grow the way we should grow will also get restricted. You people know how to take risk. I am no one to teach you or tell you how to take risk. You are there because you or people who built your business have taken risk. Your children must be thinking very differently when they must be talking to you. It is not about hoarding, it is about investing. And that is where I want to share that it is very important, this is my favorite slide, that I want everybody to move from a trader mindset to an entrepreneurial mindset. Please think long term. If somebody has not delivered for 2 months, but if he is a good resource, don't sack him. If you are investing in digital marketing and for first 3 months you have not got the result, don't stop it. Start slow, but don't stop it. Stay consistent. Think long term and keep on changing and focus on customer relationships. Even if they are not giving you business, don't make contacts. Build relationships. And build new relationships. There should be a KRA where your salesperson should say, okay, these are the 3 new people I have met where I'm building a relationship. Next month again 3 new people. Next month again 3 new people. So we are talking about 40 people making 3 new relationships in 1 month, which is 120. 120 into 12, 1500 new relationships in a year for Philips Signify top dealers. And if out of 1500 B2B relationships, you close 150 relationships, I don't know what the average ticket size is. Okay, you don't close 150, you close 100 relationships, or you close 75 relationships also. Maybe we can, metricize this and ask everybody कि यार आप अपने महीने के हमें 4 नए relationship बता दो जिनसे आपने पहले business नहीं किया है. ये तो कर सकते हैं. Can we do that? Can we do that? 4 relationships with whom we have not done business. 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month. Imagine you have 50 relationships. That's it you have to do. You don't have to hire new people. You don't have to do digital marketing. You don't have to do anything. 50 funnel, even if you convert 2, 40 into 2, 2.5, 100 relationships. Average deal size, sir? Start thinking like an entrepreneur. Look at Oyo. Look at Ritesh Agarwal. At the age of 13, Ritesh Agarwal, founder of Oyo, was selling SIM cards. He went to stay somewhere. It was a pathetic experience because in India, the affordable hotels were very bad. He got some scholarship, took that scholarship, created Oyo, went through the worst part during COVID, The brand got tarnished. Oyo was known for all the bad things. Come today, Oyo has 1.2 million rooms. He's a Udiya guy, all by himself, and the valuation is multi-billion dollars. Just because he was long-term, and he stayed in 100 hotels himself before he went for his first round of investment. If we as owners have stopped meeting customers ourselves, even if we are 65, we are 55, we are 50, we are 45, we are 35, first of all, your kids will not go and meet the customer. Your teams will not go and meet the clients. It is very important that at this point in time, because B2B ticket size is very high, you should go and meet those top clients yourself. Just by your going there, he will give you business. क्या यार आप आ गए? नहीं, मैं तो आऊंगा जब तक आप बिजनेस नहीं दोगे. मैं अपने बेटे को भी मिलवाना चाहता था. ये मेरा बेटा अगली बारी से ये आएगा. So it is very important that we become long-term, we become entrepreneurial, and ask this question to yourselves: are we building a business for the future, or are we building the business for today? Are we building the business for profitability, or are we building the business for long-term value? आपके पास कस्टमर आता है, आप पहले ही प्राइस बता देते हो, फिर आप बोलते हो जी the price is very expensive. Who in the world talks about price when you are selling value-based selling? हम लोग 2-2 करोड़ का घर बेचते हैं, 3 करोड़ का घर बेचते हैं. DLF sells for 7 crore, 8 crore. Till the end, the customer doesn't know what the price is. It is the experience. It is the value. This is how our lighting is. This lighting, even if you are in the room, it looks like the light is coming from the sun. You are saying, ये लाइट कितने की है? ये 1000 की है. ये लाइट कितने की है? ये 2000 की है. ये कितने की है? 3000 की. नहीं, मुझे 500 की लाइट चाहिए, मैं जा रहा हूँ. Then you come back and say, sir, your product is very expensive. How can we sell? Because people want expensive product. You only don't know how to sell expensive product. And because you don't know how to sell expensive, अरे यार Philips ऐसे ही Philips बन गया. Lifelong market leader ऐसे ही बन गया. उनका दिमाग है, तभी वो expensive चीज बना रहे हैं ताकि आपकी profitability बढ़े. You have to make more money. Every hour that you spend, your profitability has to increase. तो आप प्रोफाइल करो कस्टमर को. सर आप कहाँ से आए हो, सैलरीड हो, सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड हो, क्या चाहिए आपको, क्या चीज़ अच्छी लगती है, कहाँ रहते हो, किस लिए चाहिए, ऑफिस के लिए चाहिए, वेयर हाउसिंग के लिए चाहिए, क्या रीज़न है. आप तो सारा दिन बैठे रहते होगे सर कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम में, ये वाली लाइट लगाओ, प्लीज़ यूज़ दिस लाइट. स्टार्ट डूइंग वैल्यू बेस्ड सेलिंग. वो 20 साल से ये कितने की है? आप दुकानदार नहीं हो, आप एंटरप्रेन्योर हो. अपने आप को आप लोग बहुत ज्यादा अंडर वैल्यू कर रहे हो. जो भगवान ने आपको पेडेस्टल दिया है, मेरे को स्टेज दिया हुआ है, मैं नीचे आके बात कर रहा हूं, मैं देख ही नहीं रहा कि स्टेज है. You have a stage because you already have the edge over others who are going to be new players. And if you think new players will not come, you are mistaken. And if you think new players will not come and beat you in the game, you are again mistaken, because they will look at things very differently. Profile the customer. Don't talk about pricing. मेरी टीम में हम घर बेचते ही नहीं. मैंने 2 मिलियन लॉन्च किया निकू होम्स, भारतीय सिटी. पहले दिन 300 घर बिक गए. अगले दिन मैंने बोला वी विल नॉट सेल. तीसरे दिन 500 ब्रोकर हमारे ऑफिस के बाहर था. My chairman said, why are you not selling? Because I said, I don't want to sell. Fear of missing out. Integrated township. हम 11,000 रुपए पर स्क्वायर फीट बेचते हैं. North Bangalore, Thani Sandra Road. That land was bought at 1 crore per acre. It is now 40 crores per acre. सबसे दूर DLF. एक दिन में they sell their entire project worth crores. Hundreds of crores, thousands of crores. कोई नहीं पूछता उनसे प्राइस, बोलते हैं कैन आई गेट द अलॉटमेंट। अब व्हाट हैज DLF डन? 30% of DLF business comes from NRIs. People in Bangalore are not able to sell a 5 crore apartment, they are selling a 10 crore apartment, and there is no, एहसान कर रहे हैं, because वो क्या कर रहे हैं, वो अमेरिका जा रहे हैं, they are going to Europe, they are going to Canada, they are just doing events. 30% is NRI. They sell at 100% premium over market. Philips does not sell at 100% premium over market. आज M3M ऐसे ऐसे करके बुला रहा है. How many people are from Gurgaon? How many people from Bangalore? How many people from Mumbai? Oberoi reality. Oberoi West. 100 crores a apartment. Raheja, Vivaria, Mumbai. 100 crores an apartment. No apartment available. And we are saying, nahi sir, your pricing is high, and because you don't want to earn profit. A multinational CEO is tracked on the bottom line of the P&L. Sir is tracked on his bottom line, not on his top line. He is not given a market share target in that particular way. He is told, I need 20% EBITDA margin. His 20% EBITDA margin will come when you earn, sir, 20% EBITDA. Now you are earning 10% EBITDA. How will he earn 20% EBITDA? हमें वो 200 रुपए टैक्स में बचा के ज्यादा मजा आता है, बिकॉज हम ट्रेडर हैं, हम एंटरप्रेन्योर बन नहीं सकते. हम बोले जोमेटो थोड़ी सब बन जाएंगे, ओयो थोड़ी सब बन जाएंगे. सरदार जी कभी जोमेटो की बात कर रहे हैं, कभी ओयो की बात कर रहे हैं, कभी यूनिकॉर्न की बात कर रहे हैं. हमारा तो छोटा सा बिजनेस है. बिजनेस छोटा नहीं है, आपने छोटा किया हुआ है बिजनेस. आपका बहुत 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 बड़ा बिजनेस है, बट आपने बहुत मेहनत की, आपके बच्चों को प्लेटर पे दे दिया. तो बच्चों को मेहनत करने की आदत नहीं है. बच्चों ने मेहनत की, उन्होंने रिस्क लिया, उनसे गलती हो गई, आपने उसको डांट दिया. बच्चा बोलता है आप अपने आप ही कर लो. वो माँ को बोलता है मम्मी मुझे माफ करो, मैं नया बिजनेस करने वाला हूं, प्लीज टेल डैड कि मेरे को वो 1 करोड़ रुपया दे दें, मैं अलग एजेंसी लूंगा, मैं इनके साथ, इनको मेरी बात नहीं समझ आती, मुझे इनकी नहीं आती. जय माता दी. 99% प्रॉब्लम विद स्मॉल बिजनेसेस इज बेटे और बाप की नहीं बनती. वैसे बनती है बट बिजनेस में ही नहीं बनती. जैसे ही बिजनेस शुरू होता है वहां पे वेलकनो रप्ट हो जाता है. बाप बोलता है मैंने बनाया बिजनेस, बेटा बोलता है आपने बनाया बट ऐसे नहीं चलेगा, वैसे चलेगा. और उसके बाद जो फोकस था वो रहता नहीं है. तीसरी जनरेशन खत्म कर देती है. फिलिप्स फिर बनाना शुरू करता है, सिटी फिर बनाना शुरू करता है. वी स्टार्ट मेकिंग चैनल पार्टनर्स. That is why they also have to make new channel partners. That is why these 15 emerging have come. Otherwise these 15 emerging were not required. Na, if 40 would have added value to Sumit. अब बैकअप तो रखेंगे ना. अब जो 25 है उनको लग रहा है यार ये emerging क्या कर रहा है यहाँ पे. इसने क्या तीर मार लिए, कहां से इमर्ज हो रहा है ये. इमर्जिंग बोल रहा है यार ये बहुत बिजनेस कर रहा है, इसको ठोकूंगा, ये बड़ा एरोगेंट आदमी है. और हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव मीट हो गया. हम तो चाहते हैं एक दूसरे के साथ हेल्दी कंपटीशन हो. सो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ऐसा एंटरप्रेन्योर कोई ऐसा जीव जंतु नहीं है. एंटरप्रेन्योर है, थोड़ा लॉन्ग टर्म सोचिए. थिंक लॉन्ग टर्म. Stay invested like in capital markets. Invest for long. If you would have invested for long, the best asset class is residential real estate. हमारे माँ बाप ने जितना हमारे लिए पैसा छोड़ा है वो इसलिए छोड़ा है क्योंकि 50 साल से घर है. Long term in real estate is 50 years, 40 years, 30 years. Long term in capital markets is 10 years. Invest in ITC, invest in ICICI Bank, invest in Axis Bank, invest in Bajaj Finance, invest in Infosys, invest in TCS, invest in, don't invest in Yes Bank, just because it is at 25 and it can become 30. But 90% would have invested in Yes Bank because they feel 25 is good. You look at 1 lakh rupees, and if 1 lakh rupee you get one share, buy that one share, na? Why do you want to buy 10,000 shares of 10 rupees? वही आप अपनी फिलिप्स की लाइटिंग में कर रहे हो. सबसे बढ़िया प्रोडक्ट महंगा होगा और वो जो महंगा प्रोडक्ट होगा उसमें आपका प्रॉफिट सबसे ज्यादा होगा. When you will make more profit, Philips will make more profits, you will get more incentives, you will get more foreign trips, you will get more assistance, you will get more support on training, you will get more people. Maybe somebody who starts doing 500 crores or 1000 crores rupee a year, one person will be dedicated to you from Philips जो आप ही के ऑफिस में आके बैठेगा. If I am with you, If I am you, मैंने आपको एग्जाम्पल दिया, मेरी जो नई किताब है ना वो भी उतनी खराब है. बट फर्क ये है that the new book is for 1500 rupees. You should go to Amazon, Master Residential Real Estate. It is a #1 bestseller for the last 52 weeks. First book is for 400 rupees. I get 400, 500 royalty. Here I get 2 lakh rupees of royalty, 2.5 lakh rupees of royalty. And I have done nothing else. My point is, if I will go tomorrow to my office, any product below a particular level, I will say I will not sell. Let it be there on the shelf. किसी ने खरीदना है तो खरीद ले. I will hire a person at double the price, hire the best talent and tell him कि भैया ये 10 प्रोडक्ट हैं, ये हमने बेचने हैं. 1000 रुपए से कम की लाइट नहीं बेचनी. This is what I will do. I will only sell expensive products, but they are not expensive. They are cheap products because they are giving value to the customer. आप कस्टमर को पहला प्रॉमिस कर दो, आप प्राइस नहीं बताओगे. कभी कस्टमर आके पूछेगा भी प्राइस क्या है, बोलो सर पहले मैं आपको समझा दूं प्रोडक्ट क्या है. प्राइस की बात बाद में करेंगे, आपसे प्राइस की बात क्या करनी है. आपको प्राइस बताऊंगा ही नहीं सर मैं. फोन पे तो मतलब ही नहीं है किसी को बताना है, आने के बाद भी नहीं बताना है. बोलो पहले आप प्रोडक्ट समझ लो और आप 3 प्रोडक्ट दिखाओ, महंगा, उससे महंगा, उससे महंगा. सबसे कम महंगा वाला जो है ना वो सस्ता हो जाएगा. आप सबसे महंगा जो आप बेचना चाहते हो ना उसको सबसे पहले बताओ. सेल द प्रोडक्ट दैट यू वांट टू सेल विच इज एन एक्सपेंसिव प्रोडक्ट फर्स्ट, then give them examples of 2 other products which are even more expensive than them. और बोले ये वाला, बोलो सर ये आपके लेवल का नहीं है, आप नहीं लगा सकते. Google can't use these kind of lighting. हेल्थ हैजर्ड है. जो चीज रीसेल करनी है बोल दो हेल्थ हैजर्ड है. आपको नींद आने लग जाएगी, सर ये बल्ब जलेगा कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम में, आप सो जाओगे. ये ऐसा खतरनाक बल्ब है. मैं इसमें बैठता हूं सर, आधे घंटे में मैं सो जाता हूं. Value based selling. One promise I need from this August gathering is we will not tell the customer the price till the time the customer likes the product. After that, whatever price you might say, he will buy that product only. He will shop and again come back. Then थोड़ा सा sweetener डाल दो उसमें. But let him love the product. Sell that product with so much of passion. GLE 300D. Sir, please test drive. X5, please test drive. Defender, please test drive. Range Rover, please test drive. S-Class, please test drive. Q7, please test drive. अगर आपने सारा टेस्ट ड्राइव कर लिया, आपको समझ ही नहीं आता कौन सा खरीदो. ऑडी डिस्काउंट देता है, रेंज रोवर नहीं देता है, सबको पता है. इसलिए ऑडी Q7 सबसे कम बिकता है, सबसे बढ़िया कार है. please train your people not to talk about price ever. That is the first step towards entrepreneurship. That is the first step towards becoming long-term. And that is the first step towards increasing your profitability. It is not about your turnover. It is about your profitability. You should have a target on profitability.